Hey, what's up? It's Blunt Queen.
It's not what you know, it's what you believe. Respect the boss lady, you're in the 6 feet deep.
And you're listening to You Can't Sit With Us Radio, hosted by Ambitious of Threshold Brace, co-hosted by Callie Budd.
Threshold Brace Productions.
Hey, what it do? It's another episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio featuring myself, El Ambitious. About to hold it down again, solo dolo. It is May 31st, last day of May. About to hit the summer strong with June. But you know, we always keep special guests on deck. I got DJ Cyn on the show with me today. DJ out of Denver, Colorado. I'm so glad to have her on the show today. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So what you been up to today? How's your day been?
Actually, I went on a hike, like a 3-mile hike, and then I went and helped my mom with some stuff and did a little shopping, just catching up on the week.
That's good.
So, and yeah, I listen to music always.
That's good.
So, yeah.
What would you listen to?
What was I listening to today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to some Tribe Called Quest, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like the old school stuff, and then I was just like downloading a few songs. I probably download songs like on a daily, you know. So like I was just like some just random stuff, like can't even like think of it right now, but yeah, some old, some new. Like I kind of like Shazam a lot when I'm like out and like throughout the day, and then I'll just like I'll Shazam them and then just download songs that I like, you know. So yeah. Okay. Always adding to the playlist.
Okay. All right, so let's I want to get into a topic real quick. I just want to talk about like who is your favorite artist of all time and why?
Oh man, that's pretty difficult. Difficult question. I mean, obviously it has to be like Michael Jackson or maybe some Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I love Prince too. I mean, it's just there's so many different artists that I like, but I think I like Michael Jackson because he like kind of paved the way of music. How it is now. It's like if we never had Michael, music might have been a totally different direction.
That's true.
So and I just I love him because like the majority of the songs are just like. Can just make my day better. And plus, it's like, I feel like it's been a secret weapon a lot of the time when I'm DJing. Yeah. Like, if you see a dance floor dying, if I see a dance floor dying, I'll put in some Michael and everybody will get back into it, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's good. But it's I mean, like, for females, I would say, like, this is just such a hard question. People ask me that question quite a bit. But I really like Lauryn Hill, even though she had like one big, only like one really big album.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and then she's actually going on tour, for her 20-year reunion tour for her album, and I'm actually got third row tickets to go.
Oh, that's dope.
I just love her. Yeah, I love Lauryn Hill. I was really inspired by her. I love her voice, and she's just cool, you know, cool chick.
Yeah. I just hope she shows up though. You know how sometimes she backs out at the last minute or whatnot.
Well, this one's a big deal because this is her reunion tour. I doubt she'll back out.
I hope not.
She needs to make that money back. So.
Exactly. I got probably my favorite artist of all time would be Ludacris.
Nice. I love Ludacris.
Yeah, I think he's like one of the most underrated rappers of all time too.
You think he's underrated?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah. But in his time, he was one of the top guys.
Yeah, but I still think people like just underrate him though. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's a few rappers out there I think that's underrated, like him and Big Crit. Like them two are like super underrated. Like it's a lot of artists I think that's like really underrated. But like of course he's a legend and whatnot. But I just feel like sometimes they forget. Some people just forget how like a lyricist he is.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a great lyricist.
Yeah, and
he's so versatile too.
Yeah.
Like he just changes
Yeah.
it up a lot, and he's great for the dance floor.
Yeah.
Like, perfect for it.
Yeah, and I say Royce the 5'9" too. I feel like he's underrated a lot too.
Who was that? Say that one more time.
Royce the 5'9".
Oh yeah. I mean, I like I'm big like with like Common. I loved Common growing up.
Yeah.
And I like obviously Tribe. Like they're one of my favorites. But like I Biggie and Tupac, of course.
Yeah,
but
of course. Yeah.
I don't know about underrated really ones. They were very pretty high.
Have you been keeping up with the Drake and Pusha T beef?
Have I what with the Drake?
Have you been keeping up with it?
Well, yeah. Like I'm keeping up enough.
Okay.
Like there's just always so much music out there. When I play, like I love it. I love hip hop. Hip hop is one of my number ones. But like I play EDM, I play funk, you never know what I'm gonna play when I DJ because it's all about the energy for me. Like I kind of feel a crowd. I try to get there a little bit early most of the time and just try to feel like the energy that's in the room. And then I kind of go with what I'm feeling and then base it off of how they react to the first few songs. That's why I kind of figure it out from there. So I keep up on Drake, of course, because he's just people love him. He's like a people pleaser for sure. Like his songs, kids go crazy over it right now. But like I just try to keep up a little bit on everything, and it's just what I'm feeling, And like what's great is the '90s are really big right now. So like back when the kids love the '90s right now. It's nice because that's when hip hop at least was, in my opinion, was at its best.
Yeah, that's true.
There was a bar set, and I don't really think anybody has passed that bar.
No,
It's just kind of like influenced off of that. So.
All right, so tell me how you got started in DJing.
It was funny. I started out in Breckenridge, Colorado. It's a resort mountain town, and I moved to Breckenridge after college, and after I was trying a few jobs, I guess you would say real jobs, 8 to 5 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I had an office with a mini fridge, things that you think that you're supposed to have, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was completely miserable. And while I was in college, I was actually bartending as well, and nothing ever matched to that, the money I made there, So and the amount compared to the amount of hours I worked, and then so I basically quit the jobs that I was in because I won a snowboard at my job, at my bartending job, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna try this. So I went for it and quit my jobs, my other jobs, all of them. I had 3 at the time, bartending, and I was a loan officer, and I was teaching Spanish to little kids. I was just trying a little bit of everything. I think that's what people do when they're in their 20s, their early 20s.
Yeah.
It's they want to do a little bit of everything. And then so I moved to Breckenridge, and I found some bartending jobs out there with snowboarding all the time. And I what I really love doing is when I have free time, I don't like to just go to bars because I was a bartender. I'd like to go to karaoke or watch bands or something. So because I sang with a couple bands with guest sing for stuff, because I love singing. It's just always been. I mean, everything. Music is just everything. So I would go to karaoke a lot because I love singing, and I used to take vocal classes and stuff. And so I would go to this karaoke night whenever I could, and the DJ. It's a small town, so get to know the locals. And the DJ came up to me. He's like Cyn. He used to call me Cyn all the time. Short for Cynthia. And like he's just like, I need a DJ to help me out, like once a month with karaoke. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it, you know. So I started DJing. Like the first time I ever DJed in my life, touched anything. Like I remember going to parties when I was younger and like just like playing around with the whatever. If there was a DJ set up, I would just play around with it, but nothing serious. Okay. I didn't really know what I was doing. But I didn't really know what I was doing the first day I DJed either. And I was getting paid for it. So what was crazy is like I think like half the battle with DJs is like the stage fright. Like they're like it's like some DJs can be amazingly talented, but then when it comes to like doing a set or a gig, they like kind of get all nervous and like hide behind their DJ equipment, you know. And I think since I was a bartender and like I knew what people liked with music because I was really confident in my taste in music. I just always knew I had good taste in music. I mean, I could tell. Like I would play a lot of music for, like at bars when I was bartending, and they like the DJ or like there wasn't a DJ that night. I would play my iPod, and I could just get people dancing off my iPod sometimes when I was bartending. Yeah. So I kind of had an idea of what people like. Yeah. You know, so I like I started when I did these karaoke gigs. The first one I ever did, it went great, you know, because I got to sing a couple songs. I always loved singing, so I would sing to get people to sing, and I would play an iPod in between. Like, so I had a channel on karaoke and on an iPod or a computer on one channel. And I would just kind of go from one to another. And the first day, like, I was getting people dancing because I was just like, I think I just picked the right kind of music. And like, the bar owner, like, that same night, he said he wanted me only. And I was like, I don't know if I could do that. This is this guy's gig, you know? And it was like 12, 13 years ago. So it's like, you know, I think seeing a female up there was so different. Yeah. A female DJ. So like, I think they just asked me to do it. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. And that guy was like, I'm happy to give you the karaoke. And then I was like, and I understood why, like 6 months later or so, because karaoke is kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah. Like, you know, it's just it's fun to go and sing it, but like to DJ for it is just not. But but I am so grateful for it because it was a stepping stone for me, like to get to the point where I was. Like, he put me in another bar in Breckenridge as well, and the same thing happened there. So both bars said they wanted me only. So then I was like, sweet. So I was using his equipment. He was making money off of me. I was making money off of him because he got me the gigs in the first place. And then one day I was just like, I have a twin sister, and I was like, let's go to the Guitar Center. Let's go finance some DJ equipment. I'm going to go finance some DJ equipment. So I like spent $3,500 on my first setup. I got like the whole case, like DJs, like a mixer. Okay. Like Serato, you know, I started off in Serato. Like I definitely give those old school DJs, like I give them some props because that's a lot to carry. I already carry a lot, and like having all those vinyls or like CDs. I use Serato, which is like where the computer has your whole library and you just drag the songs over. But it's the same thing. It's just you don't split the records or change CDs out. Yeah. So like I started off doing that. And I started bringing that to my karaoke gigs and just telling everybody I was a DJ. And I learned in front of a crowd the whole time I was a DJ. I learned everything. Cool. So, like, every time I DJ'd, I'd be like, what does this do? And I'd be like, wiki, you know, like, just like touching it, you know, like trying to scratch or whatever. And, like, so the whole time I learned in front of people and I was getting paid. So I got really fortunate in that way where I was able to do that. And so I bought equipment and just told people I was a DJ. And then every time, you know, like I'd make a little bit more money, I'd buy a speaker, and then I'd buy another speaker, and then I'd buy lights, and then I just kind of, like I invested constantly into it, you know? So, and then after, like literally, I didn't even last karaoke, not even a year. And then I just stopped. I was like, I can't do karaoke anymore. But I just started telling everybody, you know, in a small town, a female saying, well, you're a DJ, and like, you know, like females are different than guys. Like we play a lot of, not all of them. I'm saying there's a lot of great DJs everywhere, any male or female, but a lot of guys are like afraid to play some of the girly shit. But I don't go too girly. Like I don't, because that's not my style. Yeah. Like I don't play like Katy Perry and Taylor Swift kind of stuff. Cause I have respect for them as artists, but they're just not my style.
Yeah.
You know, so like, but I still would go like, you know, just like some like stuff that guys might be afraid to play because it's a girly, because like, you know, the macho-ness of a lot of males, not all of them, but like, you know. So it's just like they're just like always trying to play the cool guy kind of thing. Like they'll play Wu-Tang all night or some shit, you know? So like, yeah. So I think it worked really well. It was a great place to start. There's a lot of people all over the world visit Breckenridge. So I was exposed to like all different countries and states all over. So yeah, that's how it started.
So what's your most requested song that you get asked to play?
That's a tough one because it just depends. It just depends what's popular right now. Like right now, like God's Plan is huge for Drake, and then also Freaky Friday is like huge right now with Chris Brown and Lil Dicky. Like that's a huge song. I mean, it's like a fun little song that people, you know, like a lot of kids like to listen to. It's kind of funny. It's a funny song. I mean, but like, and I enjoy it. I love dancing, and I love like pop music too. I love every kind of music you can think of. Like, I like everything except country, like just because I'm not very familiar with it. And I'm just not. But I feel that song is cool. I mean, it's like, you know, like there's songs that are meaningful songs, and there's songs that are like jokes and funny, and it's a good one. Got a good dance beat, and you know. So I'm trying to think like what of the most requested, because it's just over the years it just always changes. But yeah, like that's a really difficult question to answer, because it just depends what year it was. You know, when Miley Cyrus was coming out, like people were asking me to play the Can't Stop song, or that one song that she had that was pretty popular. Like, so it's like it just depends, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you though, do you ever get like requests for like country music?
I do, and I'm like, I just, like when people ask me for requests, like I even, like what I'll do is like, I'm very nice about it. I'm not like, I don't take requests. I'm like, I would never do that. I'm there for them. I'm here for the people. I'm here to have them enjoy. I'm not gonna have anybody like any like mean remarks towards people, because I'm there to make people dance. I'm like, I'm very happy when I'm DJing. Like my vibe is super important, because I'm setting the vibe for them. So they're all looking at me to set them a vibe. So, but for me, it's like I'm very polite to them. Like if somebody was like, say like a requested country or a song that I know will not work, I'll just be like, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can make it work in, you know, like I can see if I can work it in, or I'll tell them, I don't have that song, I'm sorry. And like some people will be like, can you play off my phone? And I'm like, I don't play off phones, I'm sorry. You know, like I'm super nice, you know, like I was like, if you think of something else, let me know. Or like I don't try to I definitely try to listen to what people say, because it actually has helped me in the long run, because I know it helps me actually understand what people like more too. So even when I haven't heard of a song, I'll write it down almost every single time. Like every single time, even if I don't play it, I'll even put it down on like those little sticky notepads on your like on Apple computers. Like you have sticky. Like I'll type out like every song that people request. It's just because it's a good idea to understand what people like. Even if I don't want to play the whole song, because I'm like, this is cheesy as shit as hell, you know, whatever. I'll be like, I'll put parts of the song in there, like an acapella of it, or like, you know, like use some part of the instrumental, or, you know, maybe try to find a remix real quick. I don't like to play remixes as much, because I don't want to remix it. I want to mix it myself more. But it's like I'll remix remixes. I'll mix remixes, I meant to say. So, I mean, like, it just depends, like, yeah. I mean, yeah, so, I don't know if I answered the question right, but.
So, all right, so, let's get into some music real quick. This is produced by myself and Nike's Music, aka Threshold Breaks Production. It's called Heartless. And we'll be right back. More with DJ Cyn on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Heartless, you so heartless. Stone cold bitch, you like a hard kiss. Fucked up shit, I never wanted this. Play me now, I see you later. It's kinda hard to chew. Now and later, I swear that bitch. Had a fader, you should act more like my girlfriend, not like a motherfucking hater. You check me more than Air Force Ones. Put a fork in that steak. Bitch, I'm done. You could've been the one. Could've been my son. We shine so bright, but you ain't act right. You made it a war. You made it a fight. Now you something I ignore. I will admit my heart's a little sore, but you're the one with a heart that's so cold. Took away my soul with the touch of his lips, and now I'm so gone. I fell for the devil and his kiss. It was bliss. What felt right was also wrong.
Lonely in love, but I'm dying inside. I'm trying to find my peace of mind, the peace of my heart that you took, left me shook and dead in time. Report the crime, she stole my soul. That heart was mine. So long it's been absent, it's useless, face it. It's become an hallucination, and I don't dream absent. And that's just past tense, heartless, like the sun of Sean McBride. She's out of my life, what's a stupid ride? Or is she just heartless, like that one guy from the shot? I made her burn me like Mike, but it learned me about life. Watch who you call wife. Never make the same mistake twice. Everything wrong you did just made me learn right. Write it down on my pad and burn it in my mic.
Took away my soul with the touch of his lips, and now I'm so gone. I fell for the devil and his kiss. It was bliss. What felt right was also wrong.
Heartless outlaw, quick to point out my flaws. Fool that I am, and I fell for you. I never had a fucking clue of what you were about to fucking do. Now I really don't care what you do. I'm just pissed that I even fell for you. I thought this was a relationship. Now I see this was a situationship. Remove the spell so I can see how I was played so perfectly. I've never been much of a quitter. You lost this diamond, chasing that glitter. Every memory has a song, and trust me, yours ain't that long. Every memory has a song. Trust me, yours ain't that long.
Took away my soul with the touch of his lips, and now I'm so gone. I fell for the devil and his kiss. It was bliss. What felt right was also wrong. Should've taken one burn for me to run from your place. Now after all you've taken, I've learned your heart just doesn't bleed the same.
And yeah, that was Heartless featuring Cali Bud, Stripes, Allison Tuesday, and Ashley Mintz off the Cashville Mile High Connect EP. If you haven't checked it out already, it's available everywhere. Well, yeah, we got DJ Cyn on the show with us. So I wanted to ask you about like opening. I know you opening for like Usher and like big time artists. Like, tell me how that experience is.
You know, like when I opened up for Usher, that was actually like a charity event, so it was pretty cool because it was more like of an intimate type thing, like where I was able to like, we all ate dinner together at the end. I mean, like it was it was not like, it wasn't like just like 10 of us or something, but it was like probably a couple hundred people, and like it's just a lot of money donated, and yeah, it was cool. It's like to feel like one of the crew out there, you know, like it felt kind of cool. And like even his son did like the blessing before dinner, and like there was like one for it was for like diabetes, like a diabetes charity. So it was all everybody was dressed for the nines. It was like a really nice dinner, and that was really cool. You know, just to even say, hey, I've opened up for Usher. Yeah. That's pretty cool to say, even, you know, because he's like huge. I remember him when he first came out. He was dope. I still play his old stuff, like from his first album. But yeah, like I mean, I think opening up for like I opened up for Chingy and Twista. So that was pretty fun because I like almost forgot how many hits each of them had, you know? So but I played for them like after, I mean, like years after like they were mainstream, you know? So, but that was like really cool because I got, you know, especially Chingy, I didn't expect him to be so cool, you know, like, and I thought, and he was really like about his health and taking care of his voice, and his vocals sounded dope. And I don't know, I love when I can open up for people that are just opening up for musicians because, or like established ones, because I like try to learn something from them, you know, like, and I feel like I can almost in a way relate to their life because it's just so all over the place. It's never like really a routine. You get shows, like random shows all the time. I can't like fully relate because they're like the magnitude of fans they have, you know, but it's just nice, like, you know, a lot, like I feel like most, I mean, I'm not going to go there like say something, because, you know, some aren't humble, you know, and they probably should be, but like, but you know, it's just nice when they can just sit there and talk to you and just, like, they're human beings just like all of us, you know, but it feels good to open up for somebody like that, you know, like it feels good to like be a part of it, for sure.
That's cool. So you got I seen recently you went to Thailand to do some shows or some events. Tell me about that.
Sorry, say that. What'd you say the events were regarding?
You got to go to Thailand to do.
Oh, Thailand. Yeah, I just recently went there, and what's cool is like, so it was supposed to be like a vacation, and it was, you know, but like for me, it's like with my job, I'm able to hit up, you know, the city or like hit up people, you know, friends or just people that are in the industry and see if they want me to DJ, you know, like if they need a DJ or something. And I was planning on going in without really working there. I was just going to do some workout, fitness stuff. I DJ a lot for fitness stuff because it's like after 12 years DJing, like it's like I've dabbled into the fitness industry like only for like 3 years now, but I was just like, you start to think like, I don't like seeing everybody all fucked up all the time and drinking and wasted all the time, you know? Yeah. So it's like it made me feel better about being a part of something of a healthier lifestyle, you know. So I did. I actually did Fitness on the Rocks last year, and that I think I've only done 2 years in the fitness industry, but like I ended up getting to do Fitness on the Rocks, and that was one of my goals. Like right when I started, and I got it that same year, which is dope. It's also because I worked with Cycle Bar, which is like they're a corporate company, but they all like individually own partial like franchise. So I started working with one Cycle Bar, which is spin classes. One of my twin sister, she actually was an instructor there, so I started out there, and then now I've probably DJed at like 7 different Cycle Bars now, even one in California. And then also, I think I did one in Florida. I think I did one gig in Florida in Cycle Bar. But like, I just try to find like with what I do, like I can DJ for any type of event. Like seriously, I've done baby showers even. You know, I've done and I did one recently with one of my girls. Her name's Danae, and we actually do this thing called WCW Live. And it's with a bunch of very talented women, singers, rappers, dancers, all in Colorado. And like I did her baby shower recently, and it was like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like cool. Type baby shower. I got to play 90s all night. We all like, if you were supposed to wear denim, everybody required outfits were like denim, so that was like fun, you know. Like I just feel like a DJ can be you can make a DJ a part of anything. Music really makes, like, what would life be without it? Yeah. So it's like I look at all the opportunities because like every event I try to put my all into it and try to just enjoy it as much as I can and try to help the party, like, because you can either make it or break it, you know, a party with music. So you play the right stuff and everybody's going to have a good time, you know? So yeah, like basically I kind of went went a little further, but like, you know, like any event I do, I try to, oh yeah, the fitness, Bangkok, sorry, that's why I knew I went off a little bit. The Bangkok, so fitness, I started doing, my friend Abby that lives in Bangkok, she does fitness classes and they have DJs every once in a while, so I was like, why don't I just network out there and go there for, like for a week I'll do, like between the 2 weeks, like a week of classes, like just 1 hour classes. I got to work out there for free, and I got to, you know, I got a lot of exposure. I met a lot of people, and like, I ended up like even going out with a friend, actually Abby's sister, which is the girl that was the trainer. She introduced me to some girls at the bars, and I met a girl named Sarah, and she was just like, yeah, come DJ here, and I was like, okay, let's do it. So like, you know, I just made it happen, you know, like it's just like networking, like that's all you got to do. Yeah, like maybe the money wasn't like amazing when I was out there, but like it will, like next time I go, it will be. And like that's the price you pay. Like for me, it's like I network, like when I first do like stuff that's out of state or out of the country, like I'm willing to just, I'm not there for the money. I'm there for like the love of it and to get some exposure and meet new people. I want to see what the crowds are like. But then once, you know, I'm pretty confident, like once I play for them, they'll want me back. And it normally happens that way. So, that's how Bangkok, the whole Bangkok thing happened. But that's how most of my stuff has happened.
That's dope. So I know you DJ outside a lot. What's the coldest temperature that you DJ'd in?
Like outside, it's let's see, probably like, it's like because your equipment stops working after a certain temperature. So I think like 22 degrees outside.
Oh wow.
But like I had heaters on, you know, like heaters out there and stuff. And when the sun is out, it makes such a difference. When the sun is gone, like right after 4, especially in the mountains, like that it gets dark at like, well, not 4, like 5 o'clock, 5:30. It starts getting dark in the winter down here. And it's like almost 9 o'clock here now, and it's like still sunny. I'm saying, like, you know, like every place, like in the winter, it gets darker earlier. So the minute the sun goes down, it like drops 20 degrees. So it's like, so if it's like a 40-degree day, which is a hot day for the winter, and, you know, that means the sun is out and all that, the minute the sun is gone, it's like, it's freezing. So there's times where I was like, I just could not, like, feel my hands for a while afterwards, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What about...
but I love it. I love outdoors. It's some of my favorites, so.
What about the hottest?
Hottest? Oh my God. X Games. Austin X Games. Oh my Lord. Like, wow. I was like, and plus the mosquitoes loved me. So like, I looked like I had a disease afterwards, you know? So like, it's so hot. Like it's so hot out there. Like I have fans blowing in our area. I did that it was for Boosted Boards. They're like they're a cool skateboard company, electric skateboard company. Actually, skateboard. Longboard company. But they're electric. It was pretty dope. But I was working like 10 hours a day, and it's Austin, Texas. It's hot.
Yeah.
It was hot, and it was in the summer X Games, so it was super hot. And I think it was like 100 degrees maybe. I was playing out there. Like, and like and besides that, I was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. So like I literally looked like I had chicken pox after I was done there. But it was worth it, man. Like it was a good experience. It was like, you know, so I always try everything once.
For sure. All right, so when you're not DJing, what do you like to do in your free time?
You know, it's crazy. What's so funny is like you think I would be doing music, you know? Mm-hmm. But like a lot of the times it's like I need a break from music because I work sometimes 15 to 30 gigs a month. So like and that's where, since I learned that way, like since I learned in front of a crowd, I feel like I'm like doomed in a way where like, and that's why I call myself a freestyle DJ, because not doomed, but like in a way like I need a crowd to play. Like it's very difficult. Like I have done it definitely, but like at home and like, but it's difficult for me to like come up with something cool, I feel like, when I don't have a crowd to feel an energy off of. But, so like, yeah, like I don't know, I kind of like forgot about the question. Like I'm like a talker, so I kind of forget repeat the question again. What did you ask like before I went off?
Yeah, I said when you're not DJing, what do you like to do in your free time?
Oh yeah. So basically, since I do more of a freestyle type set, like when I'm home, like I try to like hang out with family as much as I can. Like my twin sister, I have an older sister, twin sister. My parents are in Denver, and then I have a niece and nephew, and then I'm in California. I try to go to California because my brother lives there with his wife and my two nieces as well. So I kind of try to get to hang out with family a lot, or like I try to be in nature. I like to be outside. Okay. But yeah, obviously downloading music, that's huge, but that's kind of boring to say, I think. But like, I try to just catch up with friends and like, I try to work out. Like it's very hard to stay on a routine as a DJ because you have a gig here, a gig there, a gig here. Like, so I try to get catch up on sleep, and like literally my whole life is DJing. So I try to DJ as much as I can, and then I like rest. I get massages. I have to get them like once a week. I go to the chiropractor one to two times a week, just because it's like hard on your body. Especially after doing it for 12 years, it's definitely like I just kind of like. It's like I'm rehabilitating, like because it's like and like if you use a lot of energy DJing, you like just because it's like it's emotionally draining, as well, because it's like you're trying to please people with music that it takes a lot of energy. Some people will be like, wow, it's easy. Like they don't know anything. Like when they say it's like easy, they don't know what they're talking about. So.
All right, so before we get into another song real quick, I got to ask you a question. So,
sure.
There's got to be one song out right now that you don't like. What is that song? It's got to be one song.
One song. Oh shit. Let's see. I'm trying to think the song that's out now.
Yeah.
And I don't like. Ooh. I try to find like good in every song. I try. But like, God, man, like, this is like, these are tough questions sometimes for me. I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to think.
It ain't gotta be.
Never like really.
It ain't gotta be now. It could be something in the past too.
Oh my gosh, I should have prepared myself for a question like this. Oh man, I can't even think right now. Can we go back to that when we're done with the song? When we're done with that song?
Okay, yeah. We'll get into the song, and I'll ask you again when we come back. All right, so
okay, perfect.
This next song is called "Boss Lady" by Blunt Queen. Produced by myself and Nike's Music, aka Threshold Brace Productions, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Dripping with ice, sparkling brighter than the star in the dead of the night. Spending infinite cash, token a Coke for $5 in case you wanna flash. I'm the boss lady, you'll never catch me slipping. I stay ready sexually and intellectually. I'll meet your needs. All I do is talk, you wanna give me a seat. I'm on my way to taking over. Straight to the top, I can't be smolded. Laughing at my haters, smiling at my fans. Proving to the world I'm doing this without a man. Cage like an animal, my emotions and thoughts. Heartache and sorrow, my soul lost. The key to my heart, like peace to a dove. Fantasy has been my only vision of love. Don't assume you know me. Can you distinguish truth from a fictitious story? A mirage from reality, and they kill us set free on a technicality. It's not what you know, it's what you believe. Respect the boss lady, you'll end up 6 feet deep. I may be a woman, but I'm a killer at heart. I fly your eyeballs out the sockets, and that's just a start. I take a ice pick 187 times to your head. Rip your brain out your skull just to ensure that you're dead. Bitches wanna trip, they better hope they don't slip and catch me gone off this lick. Cause I'm a fucking trick and never even think about it. Strapped to the Taurus, 357, I'm packing 2 extended clips. Put the pistol to your lips, shove the barrel down your throat and make you suck it like a dick. Pull the trigger real quick, will it be heaven or hell? You know I can't tell, now I got a body to dumb. Cut that bitch up into chunks. It's not what you know, it's what you believe. Respect the boss lady, you're in the 6 feet deep. Do me dirty and there's no protection from me. Torture is what I guarantee. I set your ass on fire and ignite my blunt and get higher. It'll be all little secret. Even if you did live, I done show your lips are mounted. Chop off your fingers and shoot off your face. So your identity can't be traced. I'll make it rain grenades on your parade. Don't pee in my glass as I celebrate your selected self-made fate mass graves. Easy to create, don't fuck with me and you won't jeopardize your entire family. Like a regime, supremacy, the only authority, I'm a boss lady. Honesty and loyalty is all it takes to work for me. Easily make your dreams your reality. I'm the boss lady. Fuck a new world order. I'm the one taking over, army of one, deprived of composure. It's not what you know, it's what you believe. Respect the boss lady, you're in the 6 feet deep. It's not what you know, it's what you believe. Respect the boss lady, you're in the 6 feet deep.
All right, welcome back. So before we went into this song, I asked DJ Cyn what is one song that you don't like or basically don't like playing. So what song did you determine?
I mean, like I said, it was like a hard question, but then I started like thinking about there's songs that people ask you, like seriously, like in the middle like of a club where everybody's like dancing to Drake or like, you know, or like some Outcast or something, and then like they'll like play Sweet Caroline, I'm like all respect to Neil Diamond for real, but I can't deal with the dun, dun, dun. It's just so cheap. It's too much, dude. It's cheesy for me. I'm not going to be mean to him, but I just tell him I don't have it. But that's just one song that I can think of overall that I still get that I just do not want to play. Like, and I know it's a great sing-along song and all that. But and like I said before, like I do have respect for. I'm pretty sure I said this. I do have respect for Taylor Swift as an artist, but I just do not want to play her because she's just not my style, and I gotta be real. You know what I mean? So I gotta stick it to being real. Like I'm playing for the audience, but I also am playing my style. You know, so I'm not gonna play Sweet Caroline or Taylor Swift probably, most likely. So.
Oh man. All right. So I got like probably a few more questions for you. Have you ever been to Nashville before?
I actually passed through. I was actually going to DJ in Florida, so I made a whole road trip out of it. Okay. I was DJing in the Keys, in Key Largo, actually, and we passed through, and we went walked around like the city a little bit. Mm-hmm. But and then I had some barbecue, because I heard the barbecue was so good there, and it was. And then, you know, we kind of just went off. Like, I just had this kind of a time limit to go, but I just thought it was so cool, like, just walking around, like, the people seem sweet, you know, like, and it's hard to find that a lot sometimes, like, especially when you start going east, you know, because I'm from Colorado, where everybody, like, is, like, not anymore, because this place is getting full of people, but, like, we're very friendly in Colorado. And, we're super friendly compared to, like, a lot of states. So like I just noticed like we'll say hi to people, like random people like we don't even know, and like you go to the East Coast and they'll be like, what the fuck are you looking at me for? Like, why are you saying hi? Like, you know what I mean? Like kind of we're just kind of chill. We're like free spirit kind of, you know. We're friendlier, you know. But we're getting a lot of from all over now, so it's kind of not. We're losing that Colorado type of people lately, but yeah.
So I see you get to like DJ for like these big brand companies like Nike and Mountain Dew and Red Bull. Like what is that experience like to DJ for big brands like that?
You know what? It's great because they really take care of you. So I love it. It's like it's so nice they take care of you. Like they'll give me like some like shirts and like hats and like shoes, or you know, it's cool. Or like they'll hook me up in a hotel and like they'll take care of my food, they'll drinks if I want drinks, and you know, just they really take care of you. You know, they it's always the events that I do for those types of brands are also really big usually, so it's so fun for me. Because I like the more people, the better, you know? I mean, I love doing intimate stuff, too, because it's like you can create such an awesome energy that way as well. But it's actually harder to get the smaller crowds. It's easier to get the bigger crowds, I think. But yeah, it's so fun. I love it. And I love working with different brands. And I don't really sign big contracts with anybody, because I want to be able to be open to do anything without like feeling like I'm violating something, a guideline, you know. So I kind of I know because there's a lot of people, there's like actual monster energy DJs and Red Bull DJs. There's even Nike DJs, so like they probably can't wear Adidas, or like they can't work with something like that's separate from them, or like I know that's the case for like some energy drink things, but like our brands. But I like to just do contract events, and then I can like dabble into everything, and that's why I think I've been able to work with a lot of brands, and I'm very honest with them, you know, especially during X Games. I do Winter X Games every year, and sometimes I'll work with a couple brands that are competing brands, but I'll work with both of them. But like, since I tell them in an early amount of time, like we have a mutual respect, and they'll respect me, and they'll still hire me because of that, because I'm not like doing anything shady, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything about the DJ scene that bothers you at all?
Yeah, definitely. I think that like lately it's like anybody can be a DJ almost. It's like I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't even count how many places I've been where they're like, wow, you actually DJ. I'm like, what do you mean I actually DJ? Of course I'm going to actually DJ. They're like, well, you're not just playing songs from one song to other. Like, I've seen DJs just play their iPod, and like, I'm like, like that. It's so hard. It's so hard to see that, because they're just making us look bad, you know? And like, but I know a lot of great DJs, tons, you know, but there's some out there, like, you know, like there's sometimes I've recalled like people, like, thinking like they're hesitating to hire a DJ because there's so many DJs that don't even like. I mean, our job is to like watch the crowd and like make sure that they're having a good time. And there's so many DJs that like don't even look up. They're in their own world, you know. And I get in my own world too, but they're also feeling me too, and that helps me get in my own world, you know, like because I'm like really feeling it. But like I don't know what they're feeling, but it's only themselves. Like there's a lot of DJs like that, and like, and some like it's frustrating because I see a lot of people just play with their computer, and a lot of people get confused. They're like, oh, those are computer DJs. Well, you don't know what you're talking about if computers, for at least what I do in Serato, it's a library. That's it. I don't have to create the music with me, a bunch of CDs, all that. You know, I don't have to do any of that. And actually old school DJs that are working DJs now, they actually love that with Serato. Or they love that they're able to like put all their music on a computer, on a laptop. Or, you know, you can even do it, you know, like just like little external hard drives you can use too, with some equipment. So that's I guess I would say, like, with the DJs that only play with the computer, oh my gosh, because you can actually, there's some like big virtual DJ and Tractor, those software you can play with just the computer, and it's crazy to me because I just like it's a little different. You have to go with technology, but like I think I love Serato because you actually plug in your screen doesn't split into two different. Like you can do up to 4 channels too. Like you can do that with Serato. Yeah. So, but like you can play 4 songs at once if you wanted to. But like it splits your screen in half, so you see your sound waves of each side of whatever you're playing, of the songs that you're playing. And like when you plug it in, that's how you're able to play. You can't just play with Serato and DJ and mix songs, with just a computer, And so like for me, that's the annoying part when I just see DJs, because they make people that have a computer as their library look like we're just computer DJs. So I'm like, so I'm huge about, like, because there is people that do that. They just play off of a computer. And it's so crazy to me. Like, because there's actually there's apps on the phone that you can actually scratch with little tiny, like little records, like there's little records that are on there.
I've seen that.
And like, but like that's just like, that doesn't show to me commitment to DJing. Mm-hmm. Like when you commit, you spend a little money, just like any business. You gotta make money. You gotta spend money to make money. So it's like that's a little irritating for me, but yeah, like all power to them, they're up there anyway. So like, and I'm sure like it takes guts to be up there, So like, I mean, it does bug me in a certain way, but it really doesn't, because they're not taking away from me. There's plenty of work for us all, and more to come. So it's like, I'm not worried about it. I mean, I never really have been worried about it, but like, yeah, I mean, that's just the annoying part. It's like there's people that can say they're the DJs, and or the DJs that I see up there look like they're having a horrible time. Like, why are you here? Like, if you're a DJ, you should be passionate. Mm-hmm. You should be passionate. You should be having fun. Yeah, exactly. Because what you're doing is setting the vibe, Exactly. And that, it's to each their own.
Okay. So I got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
Who do you have a DJ that you look up to or that inspired you?
Mm-hmm. You know what's so funny is, like, in 12 years, I've never really like followed that many DJs or like looked at how they do things. Like I said, like I DJ, everything I learned on my own. Mm-hmm. Like I haven't looked up YouTube videos to figure out how to do certain things. Yeah. So everything that I've created, if people say it sound like somebody, the only person I've ever heard, nobody's ever said it sound like somebody except Girl Talk. And that was because I was probably mixing a bunch of different stuff that day probably. But I don't even barely listen to, I don't even know Girl Talk, really. Like I don't know any DJs really. So there's one girl that I actually follow, and I saw her in San Diego, DJ Charisma. I'm sure you've heard of her.
Yeah, I heard, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what was crazy is because I've been DJing already for like, I don't know, probably like 9 years already. Mm-hmm. And so I went to San Diego with a friend, and we went to this club in San Diego, and we ended up getting VIP and like bottle service, all this shit. And like, so I did what I normally do whenever, because when I'm in Denver or like wherever I was, I would go up to the DJ stand, and like I'd end up going in there with them, But this is in San Diego, where I've never DJed before at the time, and I just kind of walk to the back, and I go in there, and I'm like, because I have these stickers that say DJ Cyn on them, and like they have it's like a picture of me, it's my logo, it's like kind of such an animated face, my face animated, kind of like it's a cool little logo. It's fun. I have fun with it. So I make stickers. So like I went up and I just started standing next to her, and like I think because I went in there like I normally would at a normal gig, and like it's kind of like people like looked at me like, oh, she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like she's not like hesitating. I just kind of straight walked back into the area, to the back of the stage, and I just stood right next to her. I was like, I started jamming with her. I was like, hey, and I introduced myself, and I was like, I was like, here's the stickers. I'm from Colorado, and she's like, what's your Instagram? So I took her phone because she was DJing, and I put mine. Followed her, she followed me, and we ever since then I see her on Instagram. I'm not on social media that much, but when I have been, like I see her post, and I'm like, she's just a badass, man. Like you don't see very many females that play hip hop, and as a lot of them play EDM, and they're naked pretty much when they're DJing. They're like completely, like they're just like, it's pretty much their look. A lot of them, not all. There's a lot of talented female DJs out there, but the ones that you see a lot of are like even like old playmates and shit, you know. So like they're wearing a bra when they're up there. So like it's like so like with her, she wasn't like that. She was like wearing like a pretty much like a tracksuit. Like she's just dope. She's very talented, very skillful on the mic, got a crowd. She's just a boss, and like she's probably the only DJ I look up to. But Brass Bastard, recently, like 2 years ago, I saw him. I never heard of him until I saw him because, like I said, I don't look up DJs. I don't like try to get like pointers from them. I just kind of I've been doing everything freestyle since I've been a DJ, so I keep it that way. You know, so I keep it that way, and just for me, I don't want to get any bad habits, or even I don't want to tell people to tell me I sound like anybody. I want to sound like me.
Exactly.
So like Brass Bastard, I saw him play at U.S. Burton Open in Vail, because I DJ out there like every year for their competition, and he was amazing. You know, like he's the turntablist. He could scratch like nobody else I've seen. I mean, like I said, I don't watch a lot of people. I know like DJ Premier. I like love DJ Premier, but like you know, but also because I love Guru, and you know, they were a group together with what was it, Gangstar. So like I actually covered a song that they did when I used to be with this, or not, I just used to guest with this band. So I used to DJ tuna sets, and then I would sing every once in a while. But anyways, so I have so much respect for him, because he's just a boss, just in life in general. He's like he just is a happy dude. I like really happy, friendly DJs, you know. So yeah, that's what I would say. What I look up to, guy, Scratch Bastard, and girl, DJ Charisma.
All right, this is a great segue into my last question. Do you think it's harder for women to make it into the DJ scene?
You know, what's crazy is, like, I think it was hard because a lot of guys there's a lot of macho-ness still going around, you know, male chauvinists out there. Yeah. And when I first started, there were a lot of DJs were talking shit about me, like guys, because I was good, and they were found me as a threat. Like, I'm not trying to say have this big head or anything, but I realized later, like, they just found me as a threat. I'm a female. It was different. It's a male-dominated industry. Yeah. I wasn't afraid to go up there. I had good taste in music, even though I wasn't very good. But they would talk shit, I think. I mean, I've heard people would tell me it's a small town. You know, like, a lot of the owners of different places there, or most of the places there, they were also DJs. So, like, you know, I would play at these places. It would be an amazing night. Even the staff would be like, "You're awesome," but like I wouldn't be asked again. So it's because, and I know why. That's like I knew why, but I just never let them get to me. And what I ended up doing is I made all the little bars around Breckenridge and in the town. Like I made them into clubs. Like I have a little mini stage. Like I said, like every year, everything. Like every time I would try to figure out ways to make my set better. Like buy a light, buy better, more speakers. Yeah. Like I ended up buying a little stage. I made this. I was just making other bars. Like I ended up working at so many bars in this town because I was bringing the club into these bars. So I bring it like lighting, speakers, like sound, me, you know, as a DJ, you know, and like and I was like promoting a lot. So. Yeah, like it was tough. It was tough. It hurt my feelings a lot the way I realized some people acted because I thought they were my friends, a lot of people. Yeah. You know, I never let them know they got to me, but they did. It hurt my feelings. You know, I would go there and dance to their shit no matter what, you know, like just to show them, like, you're not getting to me, man. I'm still going to keep you on. All you're doing is putting fuel to my fire. Yeah, you know, and like, so I think, so to answer the question in a better way is like, I think it helped out a lot being a female, but it also didn't, you know? So it's like, there was good things about it and there was that. Sometimes I would get a job because I was a female, but I would keep a job because I was good, you know? So like, it wasn't, like, so, but in other jobs, it was just like, there was times where all the staff, some of the bars, they would be like, that was the best. You're like so good. They're like, well, that was the best night we had. You were so amazing. But like the bar owner was a male chauvinist, so he never wanted me back. And like, they would be like, why aren't you coming back? I'm like, they're not calling me. They're not even answering me when I hit them up, you know? Oh, wow. So it's just like, yeah, it was more like, I think they found me, like, honestly, like, now when I look back, it's like a lot of people found me as a threat because, you know, they had their normal gigs and all of a sudden this girl's coming in, you know, and like people are liking her. So it's like, and women offer different things than males do. Like, you know, females, we offer something completely different, you know, I think, than males. But there's some I can't even say because there's so many amazing male DJs that I know that are friends of mine even. But it's just, that's just the way it is. And right now is the best time to be a female DJ. And I've been doing it, I'm 12 years in, but it's the best time to be a female DJ. It's this time because of all the female empowerment stuff that's going on. And
that's true. That's true.
And what's so great is like there's so many more females involved now. Like, and since I started, I don't even remember barely any female DJs when I first started in Colorado. And now there's so many, and I work with a lot of them. I love working with women, women performers. Like it's just we bring a different vibe, man. You know, women are just different. You know, Beyonce was right. We'll run the world for sure. It's coming. It's coming.
That's true. I ain't gonna argue with that. All right, so very close to ending the show, but you know, like always, I always give the guest the opportunity to ask me a question. So DJ Cyn, did you come up with a question for me?
Yeah, actually, I usually ask this to a lot of people. Like I'm assuming that you like hip hop a lot. Like that's probably your favorite genre.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick between these two groups, like who would you pick? Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang?
Probably had to go with Wu-Tang. I probably have to go with Wu-Tang.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I ain't gonna lie to you though. I think, but yeah, cause honestly though, my favorite rap group of all time is UGK. So,
oh my gosh, love that. Yeah, I love UGK.
Yeah, them and 3 6 Mafia too, but
yeah, I love 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, I'll have to go with yeah.
So who would you say, Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
If you had to pick
I would go with
Wu-Tang for sure.
I would go with Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, can you guess what mine is after this interview?
I want to say Tribe. Is it Tribe?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely okay. Tribe. And it's not like Wu-Tang is like, I like them, man, but like, I'm going to be totally honest. When I play them, the dance floor clears out.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
And it's usually, and I'm not saying like Wu-Tang's cool and shit, but like Tribe Called Quest has that like bounce, you can bounce to that, you can bounce to it. You can like, it just has more soulful
kind of
stuff. But like, but I like Wu-Tang, but I like them. Like, I know this is so people like, some people are like, what? Because I used to do a Wu-Tang night, you know, Wu-Tang Wednesday it was called. Mm-hmm. But like it's just, I think that's why I've noticed that it cleared the dance floor. But like, I'd like to, like, it's just, I like them more as individual artists, to be honest. Like, I don't play a lot of Wu-Tang Clan I play more like, I play Cream, because that's a great one. Yeah, but I play them more as separate artists, you know, because those are going to get people dancing more. And I mean, honestly, like Tribe Called Quest is my favorite. So, this is one of my favorites. I probably could have said that earlier. One of my favorite groups or artists. I could have said Tribe Called Quest is one. But I always like to ask that question because it kind of gives me more of an understanding of what style of hip hop you might like. You know, I ask a lot of people that when it's hip hop, when it comes to hip hop. You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, because it just determines too, like what your mood is too, though. You know, whatever you're going through or wherever you're at. Yeah. It's like different, different moods. Yeah. All right, so yeah, thank you for being on the show today. Before we go,
thank you for having me.
No problem. Before we go, shout out your social media and how people can get in contact with you and book you or whatnot.
Yeah, like just any social media, like my Facebook. I mean, my name is Cynthia Mardones, DJ Cyn, CYN. So Cynthia is spelled CYNTHIA, and that's why I came up with DJ Cyn. Mm-hmm. So you can, if you just put hashtag DJ Cyn in any Google, you'll find me. But I'm at DJ_CYN for Instagram, and yeah, you can hit me up there. I mean, it's funny. I probably need a manager. I know I need a manager, but I've been doing everything independently on my own for the last 12 years.
That's dope.
Yeah. I like to personally talk to the people before, especially if it's a new gig, you know. No matter, even if I ended up getting a manager, which I'm in the process of it, I will I like to talk to them. And if they don't answer the phone, if they only want to text me or call or email me, and they don't want to do a phone call, then I probably won't work with them. If you call me, I'll most likely answer right away, and we can talk, you know. So. But hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, or email me at djcyn2122@gmail.com. And my Twitter's the same. I'm not on Twitter as much. I'm not really on social media all the time, but I do get my messages just like my emails. Mm-hmm. So at DJ_CYN on Twitter as well, and everything links together. So when I post something, it kind of goes through all of them. So yeah, I mean, that's a good way to get a hold of me though, is social media, and then obviously that's in my Gmail account. So
dope. Hey, so yeah, the next time, hopefully I'll be back in Denver pretty soon. I'm gonna definitely try to see if we can connect or whatnot. I'm gonna try to go to one of your shows if you're in Denver at the time.
Sweet.
While I'm up there.
Sweet. Yeah, I would, definitely tell me in advance so then I can make sure that I have something going on, around, because I do, like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I travel all over, so I'm, I do a lot of events in Denver, but I don't do residencies anymore because it just kind of keeps me from, progressing in other places, so I just kind of, work at places once a month, you know, if that, so... It's very random. So definitely hit me up first, because
I will for sure.
Yeah, I would love to play over there though in Nashville. I've been wanting to.
You should.
There's so many places I want to play. So many places I want to play. There's so many. It's you can't even. It's it takes more than a lifetime to get to everywhere that I want to be. You know. So.
Yeah. All right, so thank you again for being on the show. As always, follow me at Ambitious1K on Instagram. Follow my production team, Threshold Brace, Instagram, Twitter, Ambitious1000, Threshold Brace, Twitter, all that. Come find me, look me up. Subscribe to the YouTube page, Threshold Brace. You Can't Sit With Us, and check out all these interviews. And once again, more love, one love, peace and blessings, and we out. Psst. Psst. Hey, you listening to this right now. If you like what you heard, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. If not, I'm going to come find you. And my name is Ambitious, so you know I'm going to find you. Don't play with me. Bye.
Threshold Brace Productions.